Hello friends, and welcome back to the horror section. This is going to be a pickups video. Now I've got a lot of movies to show you. I try to show them to you kind of quick. I don't want to make a real long video, but I've got a few alright movies to show you. But this is just going to be another I don't start messing up my voice again, pickups video. So here we go. This one's called After Dusk They Come, Pray for Daylight. I don't really know too much about this one. The way it reads, these people on this yacht are trying to, go somewhere, and they figure out that they're, off course or whatever, so they just land on this island or whatever, the closest thing they can find, and there's these beasts or something that starts picking them apart one by one. So I don't know, it looks like as twilight sets, the epic battle begins. It might be pretty good. I'm not really for sure. It's 2012. It's a Lionsgate. That's hit or miss. Sometimes Lionsgate used to be really, really good. Like almost all their movies are good. And then they started getting cheaper movies. And I've seen Kellen Lutz. I believe that's him. I've got him in a couple. There's one where he's like Hercules or something. He done a pretty good job in it. He wasn't too bad. But this appears to be like a werewolf. I don't know, some kind of funny looking by these pictures up here. I'm not really for sure. But, like I said, not seen it yet. It looks pretty cool. After Dusk They Come. There's one called Prince Killian and the Holy Grail. And the reason I picked this one up, because it's actually a Shout Factory. So whenever I see a Shout Factory, I try to pick it up. And it's pretty much this, the way it reads on the back, the prince has to, pretty much just retrieve the Holy Grail from this evil bad guy that's got it. So might be some good swashbuckling fun, I guess. An epic sword swinging, action packed adventure. Like I said, if you've seen any of these movies, a lot of these are just kind of like blind gets, I guess you could say, or blind buys, but I didn't actually buy them. I'm gonna start calling them blind gets because I have no idea what any of them, a lot of them are. Just figured I'd show them off. Prince Killian and the Holy Grail. Like I said, it's got a slip cover, but it's just, the same thing underneath there. It's actually ripped on top, but, who cares? I just pretty much grabbed it because it was a Shout Factory. Me and my wife like watching these, so we might enjoy this one pretty good. Prince Killian and the Holy Grail. Up next is one of my favorite kind of oddball action movies with Brian Brown and Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy. Can't ever say his name right. FX. I actually made two of these, and these are pretty good. Murder by Illustration. I can't even talk by illusion. I can't even say nothing. Murder by Illusion. But pretty much he's the best FX guy, making movies, and the people call him in to make it look like this one guy got killed or whatever, this one big mob person or something, or he's going against the mob. I can't really remember. And whenever he makes it look like he got killed, they double cross him, and they act like he was the one that killed him, so everybody's after him to silence him, but he didn't do anything. He just made it look like the guy was killed or whatever. He done a real good job on it. Now, I believe they actually killed him or something, but then they blame it on him, so he has to try to figure out how to get his life back together, stop these people from trying to get him and get back on the good side of the law. But it's a pretty good one. FX, I enjoy it pretty good. And this one's Chill, inspired by H.P. Lovecraft. I believe this is the one where the guy has to, keep himself cold, because of his skin or something, but it's like he's trying to live forever, and he's found a way of harnessing people's skin, maybe. I can't really remember. It's been a lot. I've seen this, and it's pretty decent. And it's like he can harvest people's skin, but he has to keep himself cold or whatever so he doesn't die or something. I don't really remember. The skin rots or something. I can't really remember. Said Saw meets Nosferatus. Like I said, I can't talk today. But I remember it being pretty decent, but I can't remember that good on it. It's been a little while. I bet it's kind of Yeah, 2007. That's probably when I actually watched it. So it's been a while, but I remember it being pretty decent. That's Chill. And here's one I'd recommend, The Lodger with Simon Baker from The Mentalist. Love The Mentalist. But it's like, it's pretty much this lady. She's kind of, I guess she's not all there, but she lets this lodger stay at a house or whatever, you know, rent this place that she's got. But it's like nobody, it's like you don't even believe, it's like almost like you don't even believe he's real, or she's just making it up. Nobody else believes until the very end. And there's a serial killer that's kind of like Jack the Ripper on here. It might actually be Jack the Ripper. I don't really remember. Like I said, this one's kind of old too. But, and keeps killing people off and stuff. So is it the lodger? Is that in her mind? Is he real? Is he the one killing, or is it somebody totally different? It's a fun little movie. It's kind of one of those, just kind of like an oddball movie that's, you know, most people's probably never seen it. But, I mean, I like it good, The Lodger. And there's actually one from the 1920s, I believe, that's silent, of course. And there's one from 1944 called The Lodger. And I think they're kind of the same as this one. I might be mixing it up, but I know there's one from the 20s called The Lodger, in 1944 called The Lodger. Now, they might be totally different. I've watched the one from the 40s, but I can't remember it that good. But like I said, this one's pretty good. Like I said, everybody's a suspect. Is she nuts and he's not real, or is he real and she's, you know, of course, like I said, there's a lodger there. Is he real? Like nobody else even knows about him almost, it seems like. And you don't know if he's real or not till the very end. It's a pretty good little movie, kind of like a psychological thriller, I guess. Fun little movie, The Lodger. So if you can find this, check it out. I enjoy it pretty good. One of my favorite kind of just oddball movies. Here's a pretty decent one, Double Vision. It's like this, just real weird murders start happening. I believe his name is David Morris. And he teams up with, there he is. He teams up with this other cop, I guess a Oriental cop. Let's see here if I can find. I was hoping I could. David Morris, Green Mount. And the government is forced to. I can't remember. I thought right here's his name. A troubled local, Tony Leong. And I doubt it. I'm probably saying that, and I apologize for anybody. I'm just very bad at pronouncing names. I say Leong. And they pretty much team up, and they're trying to find this crazy serial killer that it's got a lot of gruesome deaths in it, like a person frozen at a desk, a disemboweled priest, you know, just real weird and supernatural crimes. And these two have to figure out who the killer is or what the killer is. So it's a pretty good one, Double Vision. I've seen it, but it's been a very long time since I've seen it. I remember it was a kind of a fun one. You can see the two eyeballs. That's kind of cool. But you can find this one, Double Vision. It's a pretty good movie. And then I don't really know about this. What is it? I guess Homicidal. The true story of a psychotic killer. I've not really. It looks like Psycho or something, but I'm not really for sure. It says nurse Emily takes care of her husband Warren's childhood guardian, a wheelchair bound stroke victim, but the nurse's bedside manner is to die for. As the Warren's half sister closes in on the truth, he uncovers the town's most chilling mystery and her family's darkest secret. So, not really for sure. It might be pretty good. But I believe this is made in, I guess, 1961. So that's a pretty good while ago. It might be a pretty good movie. I just found this one. I thought that looked kind of interesting. Oh, and it's, cool. Produced and directed by William Castle. So he always makes some pretty odd kind of, you know, some of his movies are pretty decent. I like that. So I'm glad I picked this one up. Cool. I didn't even know this was directed by William Castle. So I've done a good job getting this one. Like I said, this one might be pretty good right here. Cool. I went from that kind of cool psychological thriller kind of, you know, like Psycho to Terror House. So I have no idea, just a cheap, you can see right here, just cheap, crazy movie. And I think I used to have this before. But like I said, I don't really remember that much about it. I was trying to see if there's any oddball, let's see here. Deep within the shadows, it waits, it watches, and it wants. Half a human, craving the taste of warm blood. Look how this has to be a classic right here. You can tell by that cover. Goodness gracious. Terror House. That's about all I can say about this one. This one's going to be a winner right here. I should have left this one for the end for, just that crazy ending I always have with an oddball movie. And here's one that I've heard of, but I don't remember that much about it. It's a David Cronenberg, and it says David Cronenberg's best direction ever. So it must be pretty good. It's got, I guess his name's Ralph Fiennes in it. And Gabriel Byrne is pretty good. And Miranda Richards, I've heard of. So it might be a pretty good little movie. I'm not really for sure. Disturbingly powerful. Ralph Fiennes is amazing. So this might be pretty good. I've heard of this one, but I don't think... I might have seen it, but I don't really remember. I know a lot of people's told me about this, but I just don't remember it. If I've seen it, it was when it first came out. But as soon as I spotted this one, I grabbed it because I knew it was a pretty decent one. But like I said, looks like a good one. So hopefully this is as good as I think it is. So like I said, if you've seen this, then please tell me about it, because I can't remember if that good if I've seen it or not, but I'll have to definitely watch this one. That's David Cronenberg's Spider with Ralph Fiennes, which I like him in most stuff he does. Oh yes, here we go, double feature. Cliff Robertson, and Leif Garrett. Ooh, oh baby, Shakers Run. Tom Berringer, oh baby. Beyond Obsession, this is a double feature right here. Well, of course, it's got two movies, but still, this is a good double feature. Whew. Classic, whatever this is right here. Man, oh man, I was lucky to get this one. They had like 50 copies of it sitting there. No, I'm just kidding. I think the place I got this, they actually had 2 copies of it. But just figured I'd grab it, just something nutsy to show off or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't. I'm not for sure. I like Tom Berringer. Leif Garrett, that's just great. Ooh, Shakers Run and Beyond Obsession. You thought that was good. Brian Bosworth, The Boz, Blackout. A hunted man in a deadly pursuit of his past. Whew, and it's one of those crazy cases. I found a bunch of these, and I ain't even going to try to open it. I always have trouble opening these stupid things. There we go. There we go, and there's some more of these great ones. I used to have a few of these. I know I had that one. They used to make these a lot. Oh, baby, Burt Reynolds. That one's good. But, figured I'd grab this. Anytime I see The Boz in a movie, I got to check it out, because, he's so crazy in some of his movies. Some of them are pretty good, and then just some of them, I don't know. But the old ex-football player, ex-college football, and NFL player. Like I said, he was a real good college player. Like I said, I don't know if he was more of the myth of the Boz, or he was actually a great player, but he was a pretty decent player. But I don't know if he lived up to the myth, if you know anything about him in football. Like I said, this one might be pretty good. Blackout. Oh, baby. Oh, it's even got Brad. I always pronounce it Dorf. He does the voice for Chucky, and he does a bunch of other really good movies. So it's got him in here, so that's kind of cool. He's probably the bad guy. But he'll be interesting to see in this movie. So that's Blackout. And I got one more movie for this pickups video, and my wife will really like this, because this will be a Mother's Day gift for her. One, I get her some other stuff, but this is one, I'll let y'all guys see it before I even give it to her, because she usually don't watch my videos anyway, so it isn't going to spoil anything. And here we go, the trilogy Maze Runner. It comes with a headband, or bandana, I mean. So I thought that was pretty cool. Comes with a 24-page comic book. And like I said, it's got all 3 of them in this cool little box here. And she really likes these, and it comes all right here. That comes with the code, so I can put all these on there. We don't have to mess with the disc. We can just watch them on Movies Anywhere on her Roku. And she's been wanting this one right here, and I thought, you know, I'd grab all of them, and I make sure I have all of them, because I believe I've got these other two, but I'm not for sure. But since I've got this set, I can just trade those other two away, because she's got the whole set right here. So she'll really like this, and I believe this is the, it's the Blu-ray and the DVD. So I guess you get the Blu-ray and the DVD for all three of them. That's kind of cool. Plus the comic book and the bandana, and you get the digital codes. So I don't think I could go wrong with this. And she really likes these movies, so these are probably some of her favorite right here. So I just figured I'd grab this for her for Mother's Day. I think she'll really like it. Like I said, and if you grab this set and you like these pretty good, I mean, these might be something different than a lot of people like I watch and a couple of my other friends watch it, but there's some people that really enjoy these, like my wife. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with liking these. Like I said, I don't want to make anybody upset or whatever, but these are just some fun movies that she enjoys watching, so. Like I said, I try not to badmouth anybody's movies, because I watch some really, I can't say anything, I watch some terrible, awful movies, so whatever anybody watches, that's just what they enjoy. I know you've seen some of the movies that I pick out, and they're pretty bad. You're like, what is this guy watching? But like I said, like sometimes I'll show some of these movies off. They might be just a little bit different than what I like to watch. But like I said, if my wife watches them, I'll pick them up for her, and then I show them in the video, because some people might like seeing some of this different stuff that I pick up. But that'll be it for my pickups video. I hope you enjoy it, and see you next video. This is my wife. I love this. Like I said, and like I said, if you can find anything for if there's anything, that's a good one. If there's anything that if you've got a wife or, you know, just somebody that you're going to get a Mother's Day gift for, and it's in movie form, why don't you show it off in one of your videos? You don't have to make a big deal. Just show it at the end like I did. Kind of cool. Just see if you got anything cool for your loved ones, your mother, or your wife of your kids or whatever. So, till next video, I'll see you guys, and have a good one.